everybody, and welcome to Catchy, a podcast about guys who just talk about random shit. Catchy. We are here to entertain the masses, or the few. We're not picky. We're just catchy. Guys, if you're watching us live on YouTube, you can also download us in your pocket at iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and now CastBox. So if you're listening to us from any of those platforms, thank you. And as well, you can also watch us on YouTube at Catchy JD. You can watch us live, or you can check out our videos and watch us as we stream live. But yeah, that's it. Put a little Catchy in your pocket, guys. Download us if you haven't, and check us out. I want to do a huge shout out to whoever the hell the people are in Mountain View, California, and Ashburn somewhere. Cali's the West Coast, right? So yeah. Ashburn is like closer to the east somewhere. But I was looking at the so if you guys are like, oh my god, he knows where we are. Calm down. It's just analytics and stuff. I was just looking at a page and it showed like a map, and like we have two places. We have Mountain View, California, and then Ashburn is like sitting in the middle of a bunch of fucking states. So I can't really tell which state are. So if you're in Ashburn, guys, if you're in Ashburn, hit us up at Twitter at CatchyJD. Let us know what fucking state you're in, please. Please let us know what state you're in. I'm here with Thomas White. Darian is unfortunately stuck in the snow and unable to get back on time. So Thomas was gracious enough to show up on a dime. Him and I have checked out Ready Player One. And we're going to give us your review, our review of the film here in a second. One last quick little PSA. If you haven't subscribed, smack that subscribe button, guys. Follow us. Or if you haven't subscribed to us on one of your platforms to which you might be listening to us, subscribe to us. Auto-download us, suckers. Best way to kind of support. Give us a review on iTunes. You can also review us on CastBox, I think. Or just hit us up on Twitter and just let us know what you think, guys. Also, I'm going to apologize to Chris, who may be watching right now. I am not in the YouTube comments, so let me drop in. Hey, Jay and Thomas, says Chris. Okay, good. We're there.
What's up, Chris?
All right, so Yep. Okay, audio's great, Chris. We're going to be keeping an eye on for you, but yeah. So again, if you haven't done that, also follow us on Facebook or Twitter at CatchyJD. Again, you can find us there. Hit us up, guys. So, Thomas, what did you think of Ready Player One? Let's just give like a little initial spoiler-free. We're going to do spoiler-free for a little while, but it's like a quick snippet. How did you like it?
I liked it a lot. I watched a bunch of spoiler-free reviews on it before I went. I didn't watch any spoiler reviews because I didn't want it to be spoiled. And most of them kind of said that it was just an alright movie. Go to it. It's not bad. It's not super good. So I had low expectations going in, and I had pretty good expectations going out. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun watching this movie. I would say right off the bat, I would recommend going and watching it.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Visually, it's spectacular. Pretty impressive.
One of the best looking movies this year, I think, visually.
Yeah, well, you know,
really good.
One of the things I love about this movie is that it takes risks.
Yeah.
Like, how do I? There's a part where they interchange the very CG characters and put them in a live action film set.
Yeah.
Without spoiling anything, and it just feels right. I think it feels really good. I think this movie, there was a lot of expectations in this movie when I was watching it that it met very well. And there was a lot of times where I was like, what are they going to do? How is this going to come into fruition? And the way that they did it was very, very well done.
Yeah, I loved it. My gripes were few, and it was just little nitpicky things, but
yeah. Well, okay, so I think my biggest gripe, and I think this is spoiler free enough, the character, what was his name? So Mark Rylance, maybe, who played James Halliday. The guy who played James Halliday, I didn't like him to start. in the start of the movie, I didn't like him. At the end of the movie, I loved him. The actor kind of wins you over, but I think it was not his fault. I think it was the way that they were out.
Yeah.
Because they have him kind of in different settings.
Yeah.
It's just really odd and quirky. This movie is not for someone who wants to really take acting and take, like, they want it to be 100% believable. I don't think this movie is like it 100%
if you want to go to a movie and pick apart all the acting and every little thing, I mean, there are problems. I went into it and I just decided I wasn't going to nitpick. I was just going to watch it.
I think a lot of it was on purpose. It's not believable. Like, the villain is not a real person.
He was probably my least favorite part of the movie, to be honest.
He's not a real person.
No.
I was watching it. I'm like, but he's like every 80s movie villain ever.
He is.
And that's why it works, is because
I was watching it and I just kept thinking, isn't he the villain in RoboCop or something?
Yeah, he was just fucking ridiculous. Oh man, I had a lot of fun watching it. This movie was so cool. The opening music. What was the opening song? I've already forgotten the opening song.
I don't remember, but I do love the soundtrack.
Yeah, the soundtrack was really good. Most of it was like Back to the Future themed,
yeah,
or inspired. So that was what was really impressive about it. I really dug the soundtrack. I dug the visuals. Gotta love, like, all the Easter eggs they dumped into it. You know?
Yeah, one of my all-time favorite Easter eggs was in this movie.
One of the things that I love about the Easter eggs, too, is it does this good job of combining film and video games.
Yeah.
And then also, like, past and current time. That, like, it covers all corners. So, like, OG to new to today, because you have, like, I mean, without spoiling anything, because it's in the trailers, but like there's the Overwatch characters you see there, but you go all the way back to, like, Tomb Raider and that, it's all over the board. There's nothing new, or there's new and old, and then also it's video games and or in film. I don't think there's any TV.
No, some of the Easter eggs, I was surprised when I noticed a couple of them. It was like a blink and you'll miss it kind of thing. Yeah. Like, some of them, like, you blink, it's gone.
That's how most of it is. Over. It's such an impressive movie, though. They do a good job. The one thing I noticed, though, outside of the Clark Kent reference, 0 superheroes.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like, so I think when it comes to getting rights, that would be very difficult.
Yeah.
But that was one thing I was thinking missing from, like, nerd culture in general. And then the other thing I was thinking about was like, anime. Like, they should put some more anime in here.
Yeah, there was. Well, that's kind of spoilers. There was only really 2 that I noticed, but.
Oh yeah, there was. Okay, there is one. We'll mention that here in a bit, but there is, because that's a spoiler for sure.
One of them would have been lesser known, but they tell you right in the movie where it's from. So.
Yeah. But it was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch it. It's great.
Yes, watch it. Okay. Christopher Goodrich, are you interested in watching this movie at all? What are your thoughts? And guys, if you guys are watching this, hit us in the comments down below. Let us know your thoughts on this movie. Even if you're not watching this live, let us know in the comments. Let us know on Twitter at CatchyJD. How did you like the movie? Or are you even gonna go see the movie? Question. I don't know. So some of the acting I thought was a little campy. It was a little 80s kids movie-ish. There's a part where, like, you meet a very large group of people at one time, and you're like, in real life, and you're like, oh.
Or like, his stepdad is like every 80s terrible stepdad ever. Like,
doesn't he have a mullet?
Yeah.
He's the best.
He's like every 80s stepdad ever. Like,
he's the, oh man, he was so bad. I was kind of, oh, okay, yeah.
See, someone like him though, like the acting was bad, but it works for that character. Like,
Well, so he was really good, but I thought the ant needed work.
yeah.
I thought the ant was really underwhelming.
Well, she has like 10 lines the
Yeah,
whole
she
movie,
has
but
10 lines and you're supposed to care about her. And I was like, okay, so quick question. Did you watch or did you read the book?
I have not read the book
No,
before.
okay. Apparently the book came out in 2011, which I was actually thinking about. So interestingly enough, it's strange how 7 years can make a difference.
Yeah.
So like they had those like big Overwatch cameos, and I'm like, what would be like 7 years ago? What would be those Overwatch characters? And I was like, Borderlands.
Yeah.
100% Borderlands.
God, I loved the Overwatch characters being in there, but I'd have freaked if it was Borderlands. If there were some Borderlands characters.
Yeah,
in
right.
There, like,
They just, I mean, that would have been the surprise.
Where's my claptrap cameo?
Christopher Goodrich, a little bit interested in going to watch it. Yes, go watch it, Christopher Goodrich.
It's great. When I went last night. It was only $5 too. So
Claptrap would have been really. It was like $7 for my ticket. Is Tuesday like a cheap night or something?
Maybe I was expecting like normal. Was it $7-8 for a ticket? And
I paid $7 for 3D, which is
maybe
crazy cheap.
Tuesday's a cheap night because when I walked up to the counter and I was like Ready Player One, he was like, that'd be $5, and I was like, sweet.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, she give me a discount. Sometimes I get discounts at the theater just because I used to work there.
Yeah.
But this time I wasn't expecting it but I was like, something's cheap, and I got some Jolly Rancher gummies. I was supposed to. I was in the mood last night. I kicked back. It was me, 3 other people at the movie theater, and the only audible sounds through that whole movie was me being like. That was it. The movie, like, so one of the things I was thinking about is like, like Thor Ragnarok was a movie that makes you laugh like the whole time. Marvel gives you at least a chuckle 2 or 3 times through almost any Marvel movie. This movie, like, I think I found like one thing kind of funny, but I didn't actually laugh a whole lot at this movie. I was just entertained.
I
nice.
Laughed quite a bit, but maybe it was because I was in a theater full of people and everyone was laughing at certain points.
Man.
And so it's that mental thing. Everyone starts laughing. So you start laughing and then you're like, why am I laughing?
It's better to be in a movie theater filled with other people.
Yeah, like I love sometimes when I go and there's like 2 or 3 people in there, that's fine. But when the theater's full and you get to react to a movie with everyone, like there's just something about it.
There's nothing better than especially like this is what I miss is the old midnight shows. Christopher Goodrich. During day is cheaper than night in 3D would be expensive than 2D. Yeah. Well, Chris, what we're saying though is like we both went at like so Thomas went at 7 at night and then I went at 9:30 at night. He went to a 2D and then I went to a 3D. Both of our tickets were cheaper than normal. Like that's kind of the
was
weird.
Was the 3D good? 3D?
No.
So I didn't miss out on anything.
I don't think 3D's ever worth it, honestly, though. Like, there's only been a few movies that I've been like, that's really great. But, like, my problem with 3D is I watch it for about 5 minutes and then I forget it's 3D. Like, I could have watched that whole movie. I did watch that whole movie and I forgot it was 3D. Like, it just... And it's not that the 3D is maybe not that great in the movie, but when you just use it as a layer, it just sort of loses its magic.
Yeah.
So there wasn't any, like, oh my gosh, 3D moments. It just pay the cheaper ticket for a 2D if you have the opportunity.
Yeah, I might be going again this weekend. Trying to talk my brother into going. So
yeah, it was really fun. So why don't we get a little bit into spoilers then? Now that we've gotten our. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, I think Tuesday might just be cheaper, Chris. I don't know. So we can get into spoilers now. The warning, guys. We're gonna spoil this movie from here on out. There's not really a whole lot to like. It doesn't spoil the movie. I think the movie's appeal is its own thing, but there's a few things. So we're gonna kind of talk specifics about the movie and enjoy the movie from here on out because I think we've done it good. But just a quick, actually, so at the end, let's real quick. So let's rate it. Okay, let's rate it. Out of 10, what would you give this movie?
I'd give it a solid 8. Like, for me, it was a solid 8.
Yeah, I agree. That's actually what I was. I was like, earlier I was like 4 out of 5, and then I was like 8, and I was like, yeah, 8's pretty good. I think there's some points where it could have been better, but I
Yeah.
think doing what it wanted to do, it had hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah, like I said, I had few gripes. The gripes that I have are little nitpick things that movies in general always do, so I
Yeah.
couldn't fault it.
Okay, so spoilers. Okay, so here's why I don't really like James Halliday in the beginning. So you see all of the scenes that go into his memories,
Yeah.
and they're just not like they're played out really weird and quirky. I think part of
Yeah.
it's the lighting. His acting isn't amazing. Like I know what he's trying to do, but like it's weird how when he does the scenes of his past, he doesn't seem genuine, and his disease or
Yeah.
mental issues come off as more phony, and then at the end he is like beyond human. That last
Yeah,
scene,
yeah.
he's just dead
It's
on
it's
human.
very hard too because the scenes are so disjointed and like not interconnected. The only time you really learn about him is when characters talk about him. It was really hard to like even care who Holiday was. Like everyone's like it's James Holiday and I was like that's cool. Like
Yeah,
big whoop. And then like at the end when they have that scene and he's just a lot better and then you're like, "Oh man, that was James Holiday."
yeah, like oh, he's this really sweet guy, and he
Yeah.
struggled. Like you could tell he has a struggle. So one of the things that he struggles with is clearly I think he has autism
Yeah.
or something similar to that because he has a really hard time connecting with other people.
Mhm.
And I mean, some of it's just natural nerd stuff, like like
Yeah.
he was talking about, like he wanted to kiss the girl,
Yeah.
and it said she wanted to go dancing, so we went to a movie.
Yeah.
Which I was like, yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah.
That sounds like an average everyday nerd life, Like when I was in high school, hell no, like
Let's take her to The Shining. She'll want to kiss me then.
yeah. Oh my gosh. So The Shining, that's okay. So that's what we were talking about earlier. That scene, the live scene, the Shining scene, was crazy.
Yeah.
So I guess the zombie lady wasn't a part of The Shining, or was it?
No, I don't remember. It's been years.
I haven't
Like,
watched The Shining. I'll be honest.
I've seen part of it, and I've read the book years ago. But
Yeah. So like the zombie lady, I guess was kind of new, but like the axe scene was kind of reminiscent of when he's off in the gardens and the axes. And then the naked lady was straight from there, which I love. My favorite thing is like, how are they going to get outside of showing? Like, clearly this scene shows that lady's boobies, and H goes like this, and his hand conveniently covers the boobs, and I was like, nice one, Spielberg.
Well, I loved it too.
Good save.
I loved it too. I was like, this is just blatant boobs to try and get fans, and then like it turns around, and then she's like this decrepit zombie chick, and I was like,
oh my god,
Yeah.
she goes into like crazy mode, and H is fantastic. I thought,
oh yeah,
so. Oh, that's the other thing. So okay, so the two main leads would be what's his name, Ty Sheridan, and then Olivia Cook, who plays is it Artemis?
Yeah,
I think her
Artemis.
name is Artemis. So Ty
Artemis.
Sheridan plays. I already forgot.
Wade.
Wade Watts.
Yeah, Wade Watts.
He does a pretty good job.
Yeah, I thought he was. I don't remember him from anything else.
He's in X-Men Apocalypse as Cyclops. That's where.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
And he did a good job.
Yeah.
I think he's a good dead ringer for Cyclops.
Oh yeah. The whole time I saw him, I was like, I know him from something, but where is he from?
Yeah, he's from X-Men Apocalypse. I thought he was a good face to put in the movie. I don't think he added anything specific. What's weird is, so I looked him up. He's playing a teenager, which I think this guy's got to be near his 20s, at least at this point. But he has that British boy voice, which I was like Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to how Tom Holland actually speaks, he's a goddamn man. Like he's got a man's voice. He's like, ooh. 1980 Shining the movie.
I'm
yes.
Spider-Man.
There are some movies in scenes that doesn't need 3D and other scenes that need it. Yes, yeah, Christopher Goodrich, I agreed. But so I was like, it sounded like he was doing the British boy voice, so I thought maybe he would be from like England or something like that, or have an accent. He's actually from Texas, but I'm like, he's got that fake boy voice.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, whatever, because he's like, oh, I'm a nerd, and
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
you know, like that. He was trying to do his best Marty McFly voice.
Yeah.
Which I mean, that's what the character.
When he was driving that car, I was just waiting for his avatar to wear that freaking orange bomber jacket. Like,
well, so you know what's really funny too is apparently, so it's that car is the DeLorean, but also it's got some parts from Kit from Knight Rider in it too, like the light that goes in the front.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit! I didn't like. I was watching an Easter egg video on that this morning. I was like, wow. So that was impressive. Ty's good. I do not. So when Olivia Cook is playing as Artemis, she's 100% believable. CG, fantastic. When she's a person though, I didn't dig her.
She has one of my only gripes in the movie, and movies do it all the time. When he's talking to her in the Oasis, and he's like, "I love you," and she's like, "No, you don't. Like, you don't know me. I could look hideous in real life." And then you meet her, and then she's like, "Don't look at me. I'm hideous." And I was like, "She's beautiful, but with a rad-looking scar."
She has the Avatar of the Last Airbender burn.
She's got that rad scar, but other than that, she's got a pretty face. She's slender and skinny.
Yeah, she's super beautiful.
And she's like, "I'm so ugly. You're not gonna love me."
And he looks at her, and he's like, "Just so you know, I don't mind." And I'm like,
I was like,
fuck
what?
you.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I hated that part because just when they're in the Oasis and she's like, "Oh, I could look hideous," then you meet her and I'm like, "She's beautiful." What?
Yeah, there's no problem there at all.
I got one scar that it looks cool as hell.
Yeah, it looks cool. It doesn't even like protrude. It's not even hard to look at.
Yeah,
it was and badly made
on. Movies do it all the time. They take the most beautiful females and then in their role they're like, "Oh, I'm just so ugly. I'm not pretty."
Yeah, they don't really fully commit like Charlize Theron and Monster. That's commitment, right there.
That's commitment.
That's how you do it.
Just go full psycho.
Go full. Well, it was just the makeup and how they made her look.
Full method acting.
Yeah, it was rough. But this movie, she's just like, I was not a fan of her in real life.
Yeah, I loved her as Artemis.
Though. Yeah, as Artemis, she was so badass and so cool. She did so much shit, and then in real life, she's just like, I don't know. She just shows up, and I was just like when I saw her, I was like, 'cause I don't know if I was expecting kind of what I was expecting. So I knew as soon as H and Wade were talking back and forth about not trusting Artemis, and H says, he goes, sometimes we even, and H says, finish each other's sentences. That's what we do. We're best friends. I was like, I thought that movie was going to set H up for the romance.
Yeah.
I was like, so I thought that the girl they'd been shown, the beautiful girl they'd shown in all the pictures was H, and that Artemis was going to be like some villain. I really thought Artemis was going to be a villain for a second.
I thought that would have thrown me for a loop. It would have been great.
Yeah, I thought that would have been good writing. And H is actually played by
I know her from something. I couldn't recall it in the theater.
Lena Waithe. She's from Master of None. She's in Master of None. She is the black lesbian female that shows up in everything now. And she is they had that moment where Naked Lady was coming up and she goes, "Oh, I'm gonna go with it," and goes to like make out with her. So I'm like, they're still playing up to that character.
She was one of my favorite characters in the movie, actually. I thought she was great.
Yeah, no, she really was one of the best. If she was played by anybody other than her, I think the romance between her and Wade would have been better and made more sense.
Yeah.
I think they could have actually laid out almost like I hate to say it, but almost like a Twilight plot, where like the two girls and one guy. Or two guys and one girl, but this time it would be two girls and one guy. You could have like an Artemis and H type of thing where they're like in love with Wade, but there's no way Lena Waithe could have pulled that off. Like, as soon as you see her in real life, you're like, oh. She's like, oh man, that scene. So the scene that really, I mean, it's very 80s movie-ish. It's kind of, I don't know. It gave me like a Goonies vibe or something. Is when H and the other two pull up in the van, to get Wade, and they're like, "Come on, it's me, I'm H." Like,
Yeah.
and then they have that stupid exchange where they're finishing each other's sentences, and he's like, "H," and she's like, "Shh, we gotta go." Like,
yeah. That scene that kills me in the movie. Like, he's got the thing, he's the top of the leaderboard, whatever, it's fine. They don't know who he is, and then when he's talking to Artemis in the club, he's like, "My name's Wade."
Yeah.
Like, it's me.
It's like, shut up.
I'm like, are you? God, why are most movie characters are so dumb?
How come they all lived within 5 blocks of each other?
I never thought of that either.
Dumb.
Like, what?
This is supposed to be something around the entire world, and they all lived in like within 5 blocks of each other.
Yeah, when they show up to the, which my other gripe, when they're in the Oasis, Artemis is like, "I'm a freedom fighter," and then they go to the freedom fighter place, and she doesn't really do any freedom fighting. Like,
she's somehow the leader, but they don't explain why.
They don't explain why. You never see her do anything in the real life. Everyone just kind of does their own thing, and she's there, but somehow she's the leader.
Yeah, she's like the leader of the free. Which, I mean, I suppose the work would be inside the Oasis, which she does. Like,
yeah.
And they mentioned Twitch, which I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know. I didn't. I think this movie needed a good hour or a sequel or a trilogy even to really flesh certain things out.
Is there even a sequel book, or was it just one book?
I think it was just one book, but I don't know. I mean, it came out in 2011, so it had enough time to come out.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. But I was just sitting there thinking, like we needed to flesh out Artemis a little more. We needed to flesh out the ant. The ant, again, spoilers, the ant dies, and no one gives a shit.
Yeah, like...
He doesn't even, like, really react all that much.
Yeah,
like, he kind of walks away angry, and I was
That was one of my gripes with the movie. Like, I know his aunt's boyfriend or whatever treated him like dirt. His aunt doesn't really treat him bad in the scenes you see him in. Like, she just complains about him.
Yeah.
And then they're his only family, and they blow up, and then he's just like, "No, my family," and then forgets about it the whole movie.
And then he meets Artemis in real life, so just so you know. I don't mind. There's no mourning. Like, he doesn't mourn. They really need to take time to flesh out the ant. They need to take time to flesh out his mourning for losing his aunt and emotion. Give him some rage.
Because if he would have, like, mourned them, it would have given him a real drive to take down IOI, but really he
has no rage.
What's his motivation except, like, hey, I love James Halliday. Like, that's his motivation. And
that's why I've always been good with James Halliday trivia. So, of course, I'm the one to win.
I'm the one to stop this megalomaniacal evil corporation.
Yeah, an evil corporation.
Because I have a thing for this old dude.
Who has a thing for no one else? Like, right. 'Cause the old dude is, like, the most, like, disconnected person. I think that's the one really good thing they did in the movie, though, is they the theme and what they wanted to say, they did a really good job of saying it, where it was like, being connected in this place is awesome and it's wonderful, but it is important to connect with people on a human level.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite messages when he's like talking to Artemis, and he's, "Oh, I love you," and when she's giving her spiel, like, "No, you don't," she's like, "You love Oasis, like, you're here all the time, you live here, like, I live in the real world," and that kind of hits home throughout the movie. That is a really good theme.
Yeah, and I think they do a really good job of hitting it in the end. That last scene with Halliday, like, I really appreciated it. Like, I love the fact that that's probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. He points at himself at the little kid version. He's like, "Yeah, I like to keep him there, as a reminder and stuff." And I love the part where he just looks at me and goes, "Well, if you're not alive, and you're not just an avatar, what are you?" And
and then he gives him that little grin, and then they walk out the door.
Yeah, he walks out the door into cyber heaven. Whatever it is.
I know there's probably only one book. I'm gonna look it up when I get home, but they set the movie up for a sequel.
Yeah, they really could. They really could do more if they wanted to.
I don't know what they would do, but
yeah, they could touch on a lot, and if they could get a hold of a few more properties, that would be nuts. Like, if they could even involve Nintendo. Wreck-It Ralph got fucking Nintendo.
Yeah, what? Like Wreck-It Ralph got
on,
Nintendo.
guys.
Come on.
Where's Mario?
The whole time I was seeing the different Easter eggs, and I was looking for Mario or Sonic. I was like, "Where's Mario or Sonic?"
I feel like Sonic is in there for a blink of a second.
I
think it was what
thought
I was
I
told.
heard the sound of like when Sonic spins and then collects a ring. I thought I heard that, but I thought I was seeing things. Maybe he is in there.
Yeah. Oh man. Huge highlight in this movie, TJ Miller. He plays the weird bad guy.
I know him well. Like the whole time, I was like, "Where's he from?" And then I remembered he was in Silicon Valley, and then he's in Deadpool.
Yeah, he is. He's what's his name in Deadpool?
I don't remember his name, but
he's
it's
his buddy.
Deadpool's not sidekick, but like he's there all the time.
He's in like 15 minutes of Transformers with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah, he was.
That was like, I feel like they were like, okay, we want you to be Shia LaBeouf the whole time, and then we're going to brutally murder you, and that's our way to tell everyone that we're done with Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
because he's Shia LaBeouf for like 15 minutes, hardest Shia LaBeouf you can do, and then they brutally murdered him in Transformers, and I was like, oh, that's hilarious.
Like, he has one of my favorite lines towards the end when he's about to die, and then he's like, "I can't die. I've got like 10 years of crap."
Yeah, I've got like 10 years of crap in my body. He was really weird because he was just saying weird shit, but he was just enjoyable.
Yeah, like he was just hilarious the whole time. I never knew what he was gonna say next.
Yeah, you don't know if he's gonna say something serious or like, because like there's one part where he straight up intimidates these girls, where he comes in, he sits down, and he just looks at these girls and he goes. They were like, okay. Harley Quinn was one of them. They had Harley Quinn the Joker. That was cool.
I've always loved Harley Quinn. When they asked her to leave, I was hoping for her voice actress to say something in Harley Quinn's voice that'd have been hilarious.
Yeah,
but they didn't.
Yeah, they kind of glossed over that, which is,
which is fine.
How much they packed in this movie.
Yeah.
The biggest Easter eggs. So there was 2 Easter eggs to me. The Gundam appearance.
That was my favorite.
Fucking dope.
I love Gundam. Like, love Gundam. And I saw it in the trailer, and so the whole movie I was like, where's Gundam? Like, where is he? I'm waiting. And then, like, how they do it, and then he's like, I choose Giant Robot Gundam, and I was like, what?
And he doesn't disappoint at all.
Yeah, it's
like,
so
Gundam
good.
Kicks ass.
And the other interesting Easter egg for me, I loved the Akira motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
In there. And just because a couple years ago, they wanted to make a live-action Akira movie, and Steven Spielberg was actually one of the proponents against it. Like, he was like, I don't think this would ever work as a movie. I think, like, he pretty much said that he doesn't think Akira is as good as everyone makes it out to be, in a roundabout way, and then he ended up having the Akira bike.
I feel like the movie is good enough that, like, make it live action. I don't know. Like, it's because it's animated really well.
Yeah, it's animated visually. It'd be beautiful. The story, I love Akira, but the story's weird and all over the place. So I don't know how you would.
Yeah.
I don't know how it would translate.
But it was that, and Mechagodzilla was pretty cool. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But the only thing that sucked, though, was, like, for me, I was getting a little confused for a second. I was like, holy shit, is he turning into the Green Ranger Zord?
Yeah, like
the Dragon Zord.
Yeah,
I was like, it's the Dragon Zord! And then and then they're like, Mechagodzilla, and I'm like, it's not the Dragon Zord. Never mind.
Yeah, there's a bunch of little Easter eggs. Blink if you miss it. The Street Fighter characters were in there, like Chun-Li and all that. My buddy's a big Halo fan. He liked having the Spartans.
Oh, there was Halo. There was Gears of War, and there's actually guns from Gears of War.
Yeah.
As soon as she popped out with the chainsaw gun, I was like, oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. There was some really cool stuff in this movie, Easter egg wise. My favorite part being when he shows up as the Gundam and then beats the living shit out of Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, like, I love that part. Probably the one I think was underutilized, and I know it had a big part in there, the Iron Giant.
So the one thing I was waiting for that they didn't do is when the Iron Giant, like, there's one point where the Iron Giant turns into a giant fucking laser weapon.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that happen.
Yeah,
I was like, that's going to be the finisher.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be the finisher, and it never do it. And I'm like, oh, wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
And that was with H's character, which H was really cool.
Yeah.
I dug H. My favorite part with H2 is straight up the Shining Mansion. Like,
yeah. Well, then, like, at the end when Wade's giving him crap, and then he's like, "You're such a scaredy cat," and then H is like, "Well, I hate scary movies."
Yeah, I don't like scary movies. It was yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they had the fucking Chucky meme.
Oh, that part was great. He's like, "Quick, throw this!" And then the one bad guy's like, "It's fucking Chucky."
Yeah, he goes, "Fucking Chucky." Which, have you heard of that meme?
Yeah.
Or that little video? There's like a little girl's like, "Fucking Chucky." That was the only thing. I wish the guy was British.
Yeah.
I wish he had like a straight Cockney
that would
accent.
have been hilarious.
That would have been perfect. But it was cool.
Yeah.
That was their fuck too. That was the
I
one
also
fuck they got.
when H is telling him to like watch out for Artemis, and then H was like, "Yeah, well, she could be some 400-pound fat guy in his parents' basement named Mark." Like that made me laugh.
I was hoping that was gonna happen. Yeah. Like I thought Artemis was gonna be a bad guy, and it was gonna turn out to be a fat greasy guy in his basement working for IOA.
When they find out that the one like samurai dude is that short little 11-year-old, and that chick's like, "You're 11," and he's like, "What am I supposed to do? Hang a sign on my front of me that says I'm 11? Shoot me first."
Like, she's like, doesn't she say like, "Can I get a hug?" And he's like, "Hell no."
Yeah,
something like that.
Or when he's like, "You're 11. You got to be the most badass samurai ever," and then he's like, "Say it again," and then he's already said it. Yeah, I just want to hear him say it.
That was entertaining. That was the Goonies-esque part because like you meet H for the first time. You find out one of the characters is like an 11-year-old, which so that is the one gripe with those two characters. They more to develop on those two.
Yeah, like I would have loved them to be in the group from the start. Like I know their thing is we don't clan up or anything, but like you just get told about them for like half the movie, and then they magically show up at the end to help.
Like, it's like they don't clan up, but they hang out together. Like that would have been.
We don't clan up. We're just together all the time.
Yeah, it just would have been cool if they were like. They actually gave them some time to develop because like there just needed to be just a bit more on them.
And then there's like they don't tell you anything about them, and then like at the end, they're good in the Oasis, but like when the one Asian guy in real life is like pulling off all these martial arts moves.
Oh yeah, he was beating that girl's ass.
I was like, you never said he knew martial arts.
Yeah, he was kicking ass in real life.
All of a sudden he starts whooping her ass, and I was like, it'd have been nice to know he could do that before now.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Throw a surprise at me.
What I was expecting was for them to do that, but with the 11-year-old boy.
Oh, that'd have been hilarious.
I thought he was going to literally kick the shit out of that girl when she came in. She'd be like, "Oh, just an 11-year-old boy," and he'd have been like, "Unleash the tiger."
He'd have totally 3 ninja'd that chick.
Yeah, like, that's exactly what I was hoping for.
Darn it.
Well, oh well.
Yeah.
That was a cool movie.
Yeah.
And then my top favorite thing, the big twist, finding out that Simon Pegg was the curator the entire time.
Yeah.
I didn't hear his I was like, the curator sounds kind of familiar, but I never realized that was Simon Pegg.
They changed his voice enough.
Yeah. They did a really good job of just making it just different enough.
I was surprised I didn't notice it was Simon Pegg because he's pretty recognizable.
Well, I knew he was like the partner, so I'm like...
maybe I wasn't paying attention. I didn't even notice he was the partner either.
Yeah, I realized the whole time that he's a partner. I'm like, where does Simon Pegg come into play later on in this? Because I'm like, he has to be a bigger part. And like the movie's dragging on, and I'm like, he's still not showing up, because I was like, is he going to be a villain? Is he going to be a big, massive twist hero? I was like, what's going to happen with Simon Pegg? And then you find out at the end, like, he was the curator, and the quarter thing, the extra life, because like I was like, what the fuck's happening with the quarter? Why does he keep flicking the quarter back? And I'm like, no, take the quarter, like, and he's just like, no, I don't need it, and he's like, no, I think you do, and then
you really need it,
and then he finally takes the quarter, and I'm like, the whole time I'm like, that's the key to the second clue.
I mean, he really does need it. He's pretty poor.
Yeah, well, I thought that was like the key to the second clue, maybe, or something. And then it turned out that it wasn't, like, that it turned out that was his extra life. Because I was like, wait, how's he alive? And then he flips the quarter, and I was like, it's a 1-up. It's like, you got a 1-up. And then Simon Pegg at the end. And then he has that moment that really solidifies the feeling for the movie for me, where the kid says, I'm not going to make the same mistakes He goes, you were his rosebud.
Yeah.
His biggest regret was being friend or not continuing a friendship with you. And then you see Simon Pegg do this face where he's holding back, kind of like
Yeah.
sadness, and it like just
Yeah.
right in the cry spot for me. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
I don't know. The other part too, when he finds like he's actually in the room and the guy gives him the contract to sign, and it's his Halliday's avatar, and then he like mentions his biggest regret is like getting rid of his best friend, and then he's like, "That's your biggest regret, isn't it?" And then the avatar just looks at him, and then he's like, "It's time to go," and the avatar leaves.
Yeah,
And I was like, "Oh man."
he's so like, and that's what like so like the character that avatar's alive.
Yeah.
That's how you know like that's somehow he downloaded his consciousness
Yeah.
in the Oasis.
Yeah,
But
they don't say it, but I'm pretty sure.
yeah, it makes it to just see all the emotion in his face, and like when the girl gets there first instead
Mhm.
of the other people for the second key, he just goes, oh, like it was a surprise to him. I think he expected to see Wade first,
Yeah.
and when he sees her, he's like, oh, this is a surprise. Like, and it's a very human reaction
Yeah.
where it could have been like a computer program, and
Yeah.
it's that movie. Like those are my favorite parts about the
Yeah.
movie is just like eventually Halliday. I think Halliday with the Avatar stuff and with him at the end of the movie, he really sells it. The Simon Pegg relationship thing was really nice to understand that. I think they needed to give that a little more time, like more of their bond, but it's still really, really smart and really.
It was really good. Yeah, I love it too.
That's mainly our review right now. I would say is like if you haven't gone and seen this movie, go see it. It's not perfect by any means.
No.
But it's still entertaining as hell.
Yeah, it's entertaining and fun enough that like the small gripes that we talked about, I mean, you notice them, but it doesn't drag down the movie at all, really.
Yeah.
Like
no, it really doesn't. I think most of it they're able to fix by the end of the movie, and what they don't fix is kind of passable, like the Samantha stuff, the Artemis Samantha stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't really give a shit. Like, by the end I was like, the rest of the movie's so fun. Artemis in game is more entertaining than in real life, and that was fine. Like I'm sorry to the actress. I just
yeah, I'm gonna have to look up other stuff
good.
that she was in too, because like I recognized her voice, but I didn't recognize her.
There was not like I was looking up, and there's not a lot that I've watched that she's.
Yeah, I'm very picky with what I watch.
I think she was in Bates Motel. I guess that was one thing. I was like, oh, like there's a few other things.
I have not seen that.
But I haven't watched Bates Motel. I was just seeing like I looked up her credits and I was like, oh, the guy who played Halliday was the BFG.
Oh yeah,
he actually played the actual BFG.
I didn't recognize him either. I was like, who is that guy? But
yeah, he's got a very like unrememberable. Fortunately,
yeah. Like
just his hair is memorable.
Like honestly, trying to picture his face in my head right now, I'm like, what does he look like?
Yeah, his hair is very memorable, but his face, and he did a really good job. It was just like some of those, the way they shot some of those scenes, like his funeral scene where he introduces the competition. That was really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like, and it didn't play genuine to me. Where by the end, I fully believed he was. In the beginning, I didn't feel like this is a real person dealing with a real issue.
Yeah.
In the end, I was like, this guy, man with autism, has a lot of regrets through life because of his.
Yeah, and just that sweet scene in the end, like when he like grabs the arm of his younger self, and he's just like, "Come on, it's time to go," and then they slowly walk out the door and close it. I was like, "Oh my god!"
It's like
when the truck gets hit and like Wade trips and almost hits the button, and he's like, try not to end Oasis on your first day, please."
Try not to end Oasis on your first day. And walks away. Like, I was waiting for him to be like, "Are you okay?
Yeah.
Is there something happening to you right now, like in the real world?" Because like he keeps, like, it's like when he's trying to put the key in. Oh man, the intensity. That's one thing I really loved about this movie was how they carry intensity in this movie.
Yeah.
And him trying to put the fucking key in the hole has never been more. I've never been.
Yeah.
I've never felt more intensity from a scene,
Yeah.
like from a very mundane
When he's
thing.
like,
When he's just trying to put the key in, and I'm like, put the goddamn key in the hole. And
Yeah.
I'm like at the edge of my seat, like, who's he gonna get it? What's gonna happen?
And then
like
he like gets it in the hole, and then they like slow it down, and he's like,
yeah, I was like,
I'm
no!
like, come on.
And it's the same thing with like while they're trying to get into the area where the final Easter egg is, and that other guy's still playing the fucking game, and I'm like, he could get that. He could get that key at any second.
Yeah, like come on.
They need to get their asses in there. Like the movie plays in it does a really good job of keeping you on the edge.
Yeah, because that whole time I was like, what if that dude beats the game? And then like he beats it, and
and then he falls. Yeah, like oh, because I was like, he's had a while to sit there and play, and I'm like, ooh, this is not good. And then there was the little redheaded girl in, is it IOA or IOO? IOA.
I think it's IOI.
IOI. So they're in IOI, yeah, because it was
Yeah.
So IOI, there's the redheaded girl who works for them that was figuring stuff out, and I'm like, she's gonna figure out.
Yeah, I was like, she's smart. You guys hurry.
I was like, oh shit, she was like a real threat, more so than the actual bad guy.
Yeah.
The only time I thought there was a threat was when he looks at the guard and he goes, "Give me that," and he takes his gun, and I'm like, he's gonna fucking shoot Wade while Wade is doing his thing, because Wade's sitting here with his reality goggles on, and he's like, and I'm like, he's gonna get shot at any second. Like I was freaking out.
Apparently, having those on, you have super eyesight because you can see everything in the Oasis, but you also see everything in real life. Like your eyes got to be working overdrive.
Yeah, can you imagine the headache at the end of that?
Yeah.
Oh man, that looked like it would be. Like I was thinking about that. I was like, ugh. But what's funny is, so this movie was written in 2011, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking about this. It was written in 2011, and that was kind of before virtual reality really took off.
Yeah.
And if you go even further back to like Back to the Future era, like people would see the future with virtual reality. That makes total sense. Now, I think it's a little less believable because VR is kind of flopping.
Yeah.
like VR is doing okay.
Yeah, like I've tried a lot of VR. There's 3 or 4 VR experiences where I was like, wow, that was really good. And then any other VR thing I've tried, I was like, oh, I just have a headache now.
I don't see the entire world being stuck in a VR suit. 2045. I don't see.
Yeah.
Because VR is not doing so good. So it's interesting looking back from the past on their view of the future, and then seeing our view of the future now, and I'm like, I don't see what's happening now. VR is not. Like, it still makes people sick. It still hurts them.
2011, everyone was like, oh, VR.
Yeah, oh my god. Like, if you told people in 2011 that we'd have this kick-ass Doom game and that they'd have it in VR, people would be shitting themselves.
If you told them in 2011 Skyrim would be virtual reality.
Yeah, Skyrim VR. Oh!
Yeah, like, sign me up.
And then you're like, Fallout 4 VR. And they'd be like, oh my god! Like, because I know, like, 2013, I think, is when I was working at Gamers, and that's when they announced Fallout 4. And people, goddamn.
Yeah.
They were like, yes! Yes! And then Fallout 4 came out, and they're like, I don't like it! Like,
I still enjoy it. Like,
I have a lot of fun playing it. I actually I think I sold that, and I sold Batman today. And then I was like, God damn it, they put it on the Xbox store for like $15.
Yeah, I love Fallout. Like, everyone's like, oh, 3's the best, Fallout's not as good. Fallout 4 was great.
Fallout 4 has its really good moments where you can build shit.
Yeah.
And that's really fun. I thought Nuka World was a cool idea. I think Fallout 3 has some good stuff. But I don't.
And, like, yeah, I love Fallout. Skyrim, like I said before, is one of my favorite games of all time. I like it enough. I've bought it on every system it's been re-released on. So
the only thing I haven't bought it on is Switch. I need to buy it on Switch.
I had it on the Switch and I loved it. I haven't tried Skyrim VR, but I am impatiently waiting for Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, so apparently, they are working on it. Apparently, the last news was like the guy who like the main guy in charge of Elder Scrolls. Like someone was asking him, like, do you tell your kids secrets about Elder Scrolls 6? And he's like, which was
Yeah,
basically him recognizing that Elder Scrolls
yeah,
6 exists.
I read an interview with him where he said like they were getting a team together and they were gonna brainstorm ideas, and everyone's like, "Well, what's your least favorite thing about the Elder Scrolls since you made them?" And he's like, "I'm tired of everyone asking me about Elder Scrolls 6." Because apparently, no matter where he goes, like 98% of the time, everyone's like, "Where's ESO 6?
Well, make
Where's
it.
Elder Scrolls 6?"
Sorry, I mean, you did such a good job on Skyrim, and then how many years
Well,
has it
like
been?
Oblivion was great, and it was only what 1 or 2 years, and then Skyrim came out, or no, it was a little bit after that, but
Skyrim came out in what year was it? Like,
09, I want to say.
so that's almost been 10 years.
Yeah, so
Get off your
Oblivion
ass.
came out a couple years later. They shot Skyrim out. It was just as good as Oblivion, and now, yeah, it's over 10 years. Where's ESO? Where is Elder Scrolls 6?
Jay, what do you think about the new Batman game about the Jokers? I don't know.
I have been meaning to check out the Telltale Batman
Is
games.
the Telltale Batman one?
Yeah, The Enemy Within, I think it's called. Yeah, I hear it's great. I just haven't bought them. I'll pick them up when they go on sale, probably.
Yeah, that's like Telltale. Unfortunately, it's not one of the ones that I first go out and want immediately.
Like every Telltale game I've bought is when they went on sale.
Yeah, I still have The Walking Dead and Walking Dead 2.
And then Life is Strange isn't Telltale, it's Don't Nod, but
I just bought that.
I waited till it was on sale to pick it up. It was out for like 5 months before I finally got it, and I regret it because Life is Strange was great. I have not played the prequel one.
Oh,
but
I just bought it for PC. So when my new computer shows up. So guys, great announcement. We're actually going to have a new kind of rig to kind of work the podcast with. So soon we'll be able to jump up to 1080p. Nice, 60 frames per second, which right now we're doing 720p, 30 frames per second. Nerd talk. My computer's old.
Better than 780.
Yeah, gonna be better. But that's when I'm gonna bump up to playing that stuff. I bought a whole bunch of shit on Steam. I got Just Cause 2. I got Tomb Raider. I got Life is Strange. I picked up a few other ones. And when I get the new computer, that's when I'm gonna start playing it. Well, so Rise of the Tomb Raider was $20, and I wasn't able to get it. Just Cause 3 was like $11 for the gold edition, and I still couldn't get it. I was like, damn it.
Some of my favorite games I bought on Steam really cheap. I bought South Park Stick of Truth for like $1.86 on
Holy
a Steam
shit.
sale.
I got it like for $6.
Yeah, it was like $1.86. I bought it. Dungeon Defender is a really old game I used to play with my brother. I got the complete edition with everything on sale for like $10. Like Steam sales are fantastic.
Yeah, no, that's actually, now that I'm gonna have a computer that can kind of hold up, I'm gonna save up and I'm gonna buy a better graphics card so then I can do like maximum level graphics. But outside of that, like my computer can hold up and play games now. So I'm planning on, so what I found out about like, so streaming and playing video games, so whenever it comes to streaming, your computer does encoding, so that's processor heavy, and my processor's fine. But whenever it comes to playing games, that's graphics card heavy.
Yeah.
So you want to get a nice graphics card, and then I'll be able to play like basically whatever I want, and I'll probably stick more PC oriented than console because I have more stuff on my Xbox right now because it can handle it while I stream.
I remember my first laptop when I got it, and I didn't think about the graphics card. I was just buying all kinds of games on sale. I was like, I'm gonna play all these games, and I bought Borderlands 2. I'm gonna play Borderlands 2. And I had a decent size screen. It was like 13, 14 inch, like decent for what I paid for it. And to get Borderlands 2 to work, I had it in this little bitty box in the corner that you could barely see it, and it played with no lag, and like you had to squint, and I was like, this looks great, but it was this little bitty box in the top corner.
The gamer struggles, man. Yeah.
But I really wanted to play Borderlands 2, so I did. I played it like that. It was really hard.
Did you know that Danai Guerra, who plays Michonne on The Walking Dead, is from Grinnell? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
The one who was in Black Panther?
I know one of the chicks in Black Panther. I think it was it the one that played his sister's the one from Iowa, or was it the one that played the general?
It must have been the general chick because she's also in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, one of those two is from Grinnell.
Holy shit!
I knew she was on The Walking Dead. I don't watch that show.
She was born and raised in Grinnell, or she like went to Grinnell College?
On her Wikipedia page, it just says she's from Grinnell, Iowa.
Christopher Goodrich, this is my reaction. What? for anyone, okay, so I'm gonna do the action, and Thomas is going to provide audio commentary. So then people who are listening to the podcast and not seeing it can. So what am I doing?
Freaking out. Going nuts. He's going nuts.
I'm going nuts, man. I'm so excited. That's so awesome. Oh my god, I did not know that. She was like the best part of Black Panther.
Yeah, I loved her.
The part where she chucks the spear through the fucking car.
Yeah.
And then hits and then the car just whoosh, and then she's also, oh man, now I'm going on rants and stuff because like there's the other part with Martin Freeman where he like touches Black Panther and she's like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, I love that part.
She's like, I'm gonna break him. Like, yeah. He's like, "No, don't do that."
Leave him
like,
alone.
Black Panther's so chill. That's what I love about this Black Panther is he's so chill. Like someone could come up and like just be a dick to him, and he's just like, yeah, whatever. Like, it's not worth it. And people are like, that's my king.
Yeah.
I will slaughter you.
What's up?
That's my king. Don't high five him.
Yeah.
He's royalty.
Kings don't have friends.
But they don't, like, I mean, it's funny because they don't understand the magnitude of Wakanda at that point. Like, Wakanda has zero context. They're like, it's just a little place.
Yeah.
Place. And they're like, it's not. We have vibranium, bitches.
I heard about Wakanda, like, 2 hours ago. Like, what?
Yeah, it was a good movie, though.
Yeah.
Hell of a good movie.
Now I want to watch Black Panther again.
She was lived here, born in Grinnell, and moved away at the age of 5. Oh, well, that's boring.
Yeah, I thought it was something cooler.
I thought she would have, like, you know, known Grinnell. Like, yeah, man, I'm eating a China Sea. Like, that would have been, no, 5 years old. She doesn't know shit.
At least it's a well-known celebrity that's technically from here. Probably is never going to come back to Grinnell. Like,
yeah, well, so the one that I know, like, so I guess Michael Emerson, who was the bad guy in Lost, and he was also his parents live in Grinnell.
Yeah, years ago.
His sister used to.
Years ago, when I worked at McDonald's, I served him at the drive-thru, and I was like, that guy looks familiar.
Oh shit, he's here!
I didn't watch Lost. I will admit, I've never seen a single episode of Lost.
Oh,
and everyone that I worked with up front was like, oh my god, and I was like, thank you, sir, have a nice day. I was like, what's your problem? Who's that?
That's what I try to do, though. Even if I know someone's a celebrity, I'm like, have a nice day. Like, you know, I try and treat them like a person.
Sometimes you don't recall their celebrity status. Ashton Kutcher was driving through town one day. He has family that lives in Iowa, and I held the door open for him at Subway as he was leaving, and I was like, have a nice day, sir. He was like, thanks, have a nice day. And everyone inside was losing their minds. I was like, that guy was pretty nice. It was Ashton Kutcher. I was like, oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah.
That's funny.
Like, he's a big name celebrity, and I was just like, have a nice day, sir.
I saw him the one day we were at, it was one of my first dates. I saw him. Hey, you're going to work soon alarm. But on one of my first dates, we went and saw him and what's her name, Demi Moore. They were canvassing for Obama. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
I love Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, he was really cool. Well, what he's doing now is really he's going after sex trafficking rings, and it's
he's got that huge organization that he founded.
He's kicking ass. And I love that, like, about him. I'm like, man, when I was watching him at like a Senate hearing or something like that, and he was roasting people, and I was like, I got so much fucking mad respect right now for you. Like, I love you, Ashton.
Like, say what you want about his movies, they're hit or miss, but he's a fantastic dude.
Hey, okay, Dude, Where's My Car is a goddamn classic.
Okay, I love that one, but
that is one of the best movies ever made. I don't know about that, but it's so good. It's so good. Well, okay, so it is now 4 o'clock, guys. We've been streaming for about an hour, and unfortunately, I actually have to go to work. And Tommy gets to sleep, don't you?
Yeah. I need to go sleep for work.
Because he's got to go to work tonight. So, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if you're enjoying what you're seeing or hearing, hit that like button, subscribe button, follow us, check us out, download us, put a little Catchy in your pocket, guys, and also hit us up on our social media at CatchyJD on Twitter and /CatchyJD at Facebook.com. Follow us for more updates and shit. We're on all sorts of platforms. You can download us on Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and now Castbox. Okay? You can hit us up on all those places. Put a little Catchy in your pocket, guys. Put a little Catchy. And if you like watching us live, hit subscribe. Hit the little alert notification button. And enjoy. But again, guys, we will see you next time.
Later.
Bye. I don't know how to train. I bet there's a button. It's supposed to transition.
This awkwardness is for you.
Oh, it's the transition button up in the middle. Bye, guys. We'll see you next week, Wednesday, live at 3 p.m.